Hello, it's Robbie.
Hello, I'm Jenny. We're back from Guatemala.
Yay! We're back. We made it back safely because y'all were praying. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're happy to share a little tiny snippet of what the week was like, and there's more and more and more. There's never ending stories about the week. So,
Yes, to say we went over a great big ocean and we went to mountains.
we rode on paved roads and we rode on dirt roads. We rode in buses and we saw so many different kinds of transportation.
Yeah, we were in big cities. Like Guatemala City is really big, and then the community, the village that we built the house in was very small. So we saw a wide range of just populations of people.
We got to love on people that were super young and super old.
We did. We got to see people that live there and missionaries that have come and given their life for Jesus to stay there in the foreign country, into different communities.
We saw villagers that were poor and rich. We associated with some translators that were from many different places.
We relaxed and rested the place where we stayed. We actually got to stay together in a room with a mattress and a shower and bathroom and everything. And we also worked hard. Did a lot of hard work building a cement block house, which was a lot of lifting heavy things all day long. Well, for me, at least.
It was for him. We saw dirt, and at the end of the week, we saw a house on that dirt.
Yes.
We saw firm foundations.
Yes, we saw people that were there by themselves, and we saw family units that generationals, and generational.
Yes. I guess I would have to say my most free moment was actually my most physically weak moment. That for me was on Friday morning. And really all I could do was just show up. And I sat on a cinder block and I was watching the guys do the Friday work, putting that finishing touches on the home. And a young boy named Eric came walking around the corner and he set in my arms his 1-month-old little nephew. And I hugged and held on to that little boy for probably 2 hours. I ended up getting to meet the child's mom and older brother. I got to speak to God about this little boy, about everything that he'll be for all of his life, and it was my most shining moment. I was so grateful.
And with me, I did a lot of hard work, masonry, mixing cement, carrying heavy things so that this house could be built, so that God could build this house, could use a group of us to build this house, which we got to finish and dedicate to them at the end of the week. But one thing that has really stuck with me throughout this trip was that there are some languages that are universal. And even though I was in a place that I didn't know their language, hard work is a language, excellence is a language, character is a language, showing up is a language. Jesus has his own language. I spoke through actions and spoke through work. The kids would even look at my tattoos of our wings and our Bibles, and that had its own language, and that came a connection. So one thing that really spoke to me this week was the importance of languages that are universal and how Jesus speaks to us and through us of everybody, of anywhere you are. It doesn't matter what culture, what words you use. Like, there are things that speak and that are powerful.
They speak louder than words. And so we went in, a little tentative. We went in because God invited us to get to go on this trip. We were so blessed by so much, and we were brave. And at the end of the week, our rewards, what we came home with was it's just such a fullness. God says, out of my fullness, you've received grace upon grace. And we definitely were touched with a lot of God's ways and how He does things, and just that there is never a barrier of communication when you're on a God assignment. He just makes those connections happen.
And God had given me the verse, it's Jeremiah 17:18, and in it it says, "Let them lose courage, but let me be undaunted."
Mm-hmm.
And so we really held on to that word of being undaunted. And may we speak that over y'all, that
Mm-hmm.
may you be undaunted, because the power of God is in you and through you and for you, and He fights for you, and He goes before you, and He makes His path clear in front of you. And if you walk in that path, then there's nothing to be scared of. There's nothing to make you feel daunted. So be undaunted, be bold, have your confidence in that hope and in that faith and in His love, and that speaks for itself. And everyone would be able to understand that, wherever you are.
Yeah. So thank you for sending
Thank you.
us.
Thank you.
We left part of our heart there, and we went on in confidence because of a lot of your support and your believing in us and believing for what God's doing. We would love to connect with you and go deeper and have more conversations and share some pictures. But just know that you were part of a family of 15 plus and 3 different generations actually sleeping, possibly for the first times in their lives, on beds.
Yes.
And in undercover. So
Yes.
thank you very much.
We love you. Seriously, reach out to us. Let us share God's stories with you, and you share God's stories with us. We love you.
God bless you.